Are you tired of waiting weeks for a new chapter only to get a cliffhanger? I feel your pain. That's why today, I've gathered the top 10 amazing romance manhwas that are already 100% completed. From fierce villainesses seeking revenge to sweet medical geniuses and chaotic mind readers, these stories are perfect for your next weekend binge watch. Get your snacks ready, because you won't be able to stop. Let's start with a legendary classic that every fan must know. Imagine waking up inside a novel, but instead of the main lead, you're a side character destined to be murdered in the very first chapter. Meet Raeliana. She knows the plot and realizes her own fiancé is planning to poison her. But Raeliana isn't going down without a fight. To survive this nest of vipers, she makes a desperate move. She strikes a deal with the most powerful and dangerous man in the kingdom, Duke Noah Winknight. The plan is simple, a fake engagement in exchange for her silence about his royal secrets. She thought it was just a game of survival, but the Duke is far more cunning than the book described. His icy gaze begins to soften whenever he looks at her, and their act starts feeling dangerously real. Can Raeliana truly rewrite her tragic fate, or has she just walked straight into the trap of an even bigger predator? This legendary manhwa is 100% completed, and it's an absolute masterpiece. The title is Why Raeliana Ended Up at the Duke's Mansion. But if you want cold and calculated revenge, watch this. She was executed, but then, time turned back. Meet Arya. After being framed and killed by her angelic sister, she wakes up in the past with a mysterious hourglass. Now, she knows everyone's secrets. Arya isn't a saint anymore. She's a villainess on a mission for revenge. Watch her outsmart everyone who once looked down on her. This manhwa is 100% completed and absolutely satisfying. The title is The Villainess Reverses the Hourglass. Subscribe if you love a smart MC. Time to lighten the mood with some hilarious magic. What happens when the cold-blooded Grim Reaper Duke suddenly falls in love with you because of a magic spell? Meet Erin. She was terrified of Duke Rowan, but after a freak accident, he's now obsessed with her. One minute he's cold and scary, the next he's crying for her attention and acting like a lovesick puppy. Can Erin survive his dual personality while trying to find a cure? This manhwa is 100% completed and absolutely hilarious. The title is What's Wrong with You, Duke? From magic to medicine, this lead is a true genius. In her first life, she was a cruel empress who was executed. In her second life, she became a genius surgeon to atone for her sins. But then, a plane crash sends her back to her first life again. Now, Elise is back as a young lady, but she doesn't want to be the empress anymore. She wants to use her modern medical knowledge to save people instead. Can she escape her tragic fate and become a doctor in a world of royalty? This manhwa is 100% completed and super inspiring. Next, a charming story about a very bold fake engagement. Tired of boring life? Adelaide certainly was. After being reborn into a world of nobility, she hears a juicy rumor. A dimensional traveler has appeared. Sensing an adventure, Adelaide strikes a deal with the handsome Duke Felix. The plan? Become his fake fiancé to keep a greedy woman away from him. But as they play the part, the fake feelings start to feel very real. Can this bold girl find true love while navigating high society drama? This manhwa is 100% completed, and it's a perfect cozy read. The title is Adelaide. Subscribe for more binge-ready manhwa gems. Get your tissues ready for this emotional second chance story. She was supposed to be the empress, but she was executed instead. Meet Aristia. After a life of misery and betrayal, she wakes up as her 7-year-old self. This is her second chance to change everything. She decides to become a knight and avoid the emperor at all costs. But the harder she runs, the more the fate tries to pull her back. Will she choose revenge, or will history repeat itself? This famous manhwa is 100% completed. The title is The Abandoned Empress. Tired of drama? This heroine can literally read minds. What would you do if you found a book that tells the future? Meet Ginger. She's a clumsy, noble girl who discovers a secret novel and realizes she's just a side character. Even worse, her rival is the protagonist. To change her fate, Ginger decides to steal the male lead, the cursed Prince Izana. But there's a catch. The prince can read minds. Now Ginger has to win his heart, while trying to hide her chaotic and thirsty thoughts from him. This manhwa is 100% completed and super funny. The title is Ginger and the Cursed Prince. Moving on to a more mature and spicy romance. She woke up as a villainess, and her first big mistake was sleeping with the male lead. Meet Unifer. She is now a villainess, destined to be killed by the very man she just spent the night with. To save her life, she tries everything to run away and avoid her tragic fate. But the problem is, this Duke is absolutely obsessed. He doesn't want a one-night stand. He wants a lifetime contract. Can she change her destiny when the strongest mage in the Empire refuses to let her go? This manhwa is 100% completed, and the chemistry is 10 out of 10. The title is The Evil Lady's Hero. Subscribe for more binge-ready manhwa gems. Can drinking tea save a marriage? At number 2, it does. What if your obsession with tea could actually save your life? Meet Chloe. In her past life, she was a pushover who lived for others. But after waking up as the Duchess Chloe Battenberg, she finds herself in a cold, loveless marriage with a husband who can't even stand the sight of her. In this world, tea is seen as a low-class hobby, but Chloe decides to change that. Armed with her modern knowledge of tea-making, she starts healing people and winning over the hearts of the nobility, one cup at a time. Even the icy Duke begins to notice that his quiet wife has become someone truly extraordinary. Watch as she transforms from a neglected duchess into a powerful businesswoman who influences the entire empire with her tea recipes. This manhwa is 100% completed, and it's the ultimate cozy and satisfying read. The title is 50 Tea Recipes from the Duchess. Finally, the number 1 spot goes to this absolute masterpiece. What would you do if you woke up inside your favorite novel as the villainess destined to be executed? Most people would scream, but Canaria decided to play it smart. She knows that in a few years, her husband, the Duke, will marry a princess and end Canaria's life. To avoid a bloody fate, her plan is simple: be the perfect supportive wife for now, and then ask for a divorce right before the hero meets his real love. But there's a massive problem. The Duke, who was supposed to be cold and indifferent, is starting to look at her differently. He's becoming obsessed, overprotective, and definitely doesn't want a divorce. Can she really change the plot and survive as the hero's wife? If you're tired of waiting months for new chapters, I have the best news for you. This story is already completed. You can read the full journey from start to finish right now. The title of this masterpiece is coming up in 3, 2, 1. It's called Survive as the Hero's Wife. And that's our list of the best completed gems. Which one was your favorite? Or did I miss a masterpiece that everyone should know about? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to join our manhwa-loving family. I post new recommendations every single day. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.